Good afternoon, guys, and happy Saturday. No, today's Sunday. Happy Sunday to all of your sunshiny faces. Guys, so I didn't notice this. I've got like a cowlick or something like that, and I don't think I ever noticed it because I haven't had bangs in forever. And I have one like on the back of my head, so like when I wear my hair down, there's a certain point where I can't part it anymore. I have to make sure that it gets brushed back, if not you can notice it. But I didn't notice that there was one here, and I think the only reason really is because it's so short, so it's just like sticking out, whereas when I had long hair it was, you know, kind of would weigh it down, and maybe too because it was further back, so it's kind of brushed back with the rest of my hair. But I've noticed it, and it keeps like sticking out, like it's kind of this whole little clump of hair right here, and it's just like I tried to actually straighten it today and nothing helps it, so it's like sticking straight out. So like if I go like this, sometimes I can get it to be brushed down, but it doesn't really work. My hair actually looks a little, I washed it last night, but it looks like, yeah, and I put some stuff in it this morning. My little bangs. Anyways though, I need to go and take a shower and get to bed, guys. I woke up late today. I actually didn't go to bed that late last night. I kind of went to bed early. The thing was that there was a horrible thunderstorm that blew through last night, and I knew that it was coming, and it was raining at like I said 5 in the morning, but it was full on thunderstorming, and there was this huge, like I kind of heard it, like it woke me up, but not to the point where I was like sitting up in bed, like I got so scared, but like I think it just sort of was like I didn't really like, sort of like I was still waking up from it, and waking up from hearing it and everything like that. And so I ended up hearing it, and there was just this huge like rumble of thunder. It was so loud, and it like jolted me out of bed, like I thought something had like exploded outside of the house. And then I was like, oh my gosh, what was that? And I think either because of me freaking out or because of just how loud it was, the dogs then, both of the puppies, Bravo and Charlie, both ended up freaking out over it. And I was like, oh my goodness, I feel so bad for them, because yeah, they were both shaking then in bed, and I was like, this is clearly like bad and not going to like go over well, because they were freaking out and like shaking, and normally they're really not that scared of thunderstorms, but again this one was so loud, again at 5 a.m. and so when it woke me up, I was like, oh my gosh, I was like, am I gonna be able to fall back asleep? And I did. I was able to fall back asleep, but I never, from 5 a.m. pretty much till I ended up waking up at, I think it was 9 or 9:30, so I didn't sleep in like horribly late. But again, still normally on the weekends I get up kind of early. I never felt like I fell back asleep, really. It was just kind of like I doze off and then sort of wake back up. But I think it was thunderstorming even before 5 o'clock, so that's why too, even before that I wasn't fully asleep, because it was kind of waking me up. And then again, the dogs are shaking and sort of crying and freaking out in my bed, and I'm like trying to comfort them. I'm like, it's okay, like, you know, it's just thunder, you know, like you do with a little kid if they're freaking out. Yeah, that's how I had to treat them too. And so again, ended up getting them under control and help them calm down a little bit. So I ended up, again, not waking up super early. And then too, my dad and my mom and sort of Jack too even were all sort of out of it today, just because I think we all got really garbage sleep just because of that thunderstorm that kind of woke us all up before anybody's actual alarm was going off in the morning. And so like, you know, my dad was like, I couldn't really sleep really well. Like I felt like, you know, it was kind of the same thing like I was saying, like he said he felt like he couldn't really fall back asleep, and when he did, it really wasn't like he didn't get good sleep, and like thunderstorm just kind of kept him awake and everything like that. Actually, apparently Jack slept through the whole thing and didn't notice any of it. But when he woke up this morning, him and my parents, when I woke up at 9 o'clock, they were watching a movie out in the living room, and I went out there, and it was like maybe about 10 o'clock by that point, and they were, you know, at least started the movie already, and Jack was actually out there sleeping. And so I was like, why is he sleeping if he didn't even wake up from the storm and was totally fine? So yeah, guys, like I said, it was a horrible like sort of everybody didn't get good rest today, and everybody was a little bit cranky. But because too it had thunderstormed and everything was soaked outside, we couldn't do any outside projects, and we didn't end up actually getting really enough time to go to Menards to get the couple other things that we needed to finish the noodle board and other stuff. Jack can actually paint that now. I think my dad said he finished with the trim, but we did have 2 other places that we had to run to. We needed to go to Jewel. My dad had a prescription, and I needed to get some vitamins because I was getting my vitamins at GNC, my favorite kind of vitamin, and apparently from what the guy told us at GNC was that they most likely discontinued their that brand of vitamin that was my favorite, vegetarian. It was like 85% organic, natural, I think it was, women's multivitamin gummies, and they were vegetarian gummies, so I think they had pectin instead of like gelatin, and there's only some, and you have to really try and look for them and find them, and I can't find them at all the stores. You know, some stores don't literally have any, other stores do, and I think they're becoming a little bit more available, but there's a lot of stores that don't have them. Like, they make everything with gelatin in it, even the gel capsules. So even if you're taking like a pill multivitamin, you also have to be careful too to make sure that it's not, I think it's the gel capsules, because there was one I was looking at that had it was one of the women's multivitamin with iron, and I was like, oh, I could probably take that too, and I looked that one up, and it had gelatin in it. It was a regular like swallowable kind of pill, and I was like, okay, so what do I take? So I found one a day. It wasn't actually super expensive either. I think it was actually maybe only $8 or $9 or something like that, $7 to $9 maybe, and it was a 60 counts, but you take 2 a day, so it's a 30-day you know, multivitamin, and it is, I want to see how it tastes because it's like apple flavored, and I've only ever had like strawberry or berry flavored multivitamins, and so I don't know. Jewel, the reason I went to Jewel too to check was because they had this other kind of in a green bottle, and I really liked the way it tasted, and it was again a vegetarian like multivitamin, and they don't have that one at Jewel anymore, and I knew they didn't, so that's why I switched to this kind at GNC. So I was like, well, maybe Jewel will have like a different brand or something like that. No, not really. They have, I think, one other kind too that was way more money. It was like $15 or $18 for 90 pills, but you take 3 a day, and so, like, you know, I was like, well, I'll just go with the cheaper one, see how it tastes, because I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna like the expensive one either. And again, I could just take a regular old swallowable one, but I also again have to look into what kind those ones have and make sure I'm getting the right kind also. And like, so many brands to have gummies now, and again, they're all with gelatin in on most of them, and the ones even that don't, that are regular swallowable pills, are also have gelatin in them. So it's like, I can't, you know, I might as well find one that doesn't, that is a gummy also, that uses like pectin or whatever. So look at my crazy hair, guys. This will just not stay down. And yeah, my hair looks like it's all kind of, my bangs look like they're all kind of like splitting because they're not like fluffy and nice looking anymore, like they were this morning. And this is gonna drive me absolutely crazy. Like, I should have just not had this gotten, like, I have to like bobby pin it back or something, because it's gonna drive me absolutely crazy because it will not stay down. And it's been like that, I'm sure it's been like that all day when I've been out at the store, and I probably look like a hot mess. But anyway, so yeah, I wore my hair up today though because I need to wash it. So yeah, it looked, I think looked nicer and better like today, or yesterday, not as nice today. Like, it looks like it's all like separated and stuff like that, not like normal like puffy sort of my bangs. It's like all like stringy, but this part is what's making it, driving me crazy, guys. Anyway, so yeah, it's kind of late. I need to take a shower and get to bed, but that was kind of my day. Like I said, we really didn't end up getting to anything too, because then it looked like twice it was going to start thunderstorming again. It never actually did. It sounded like thunder a couple times too, it like later in the afternoon, because my dad said that we couldn't do a bonfire tonight, which we wanted to, because it was supposed to thunderstorm this afternoon. And so it never ended up, I don't think, actually thunderstorming, but it did a couple times. We heard thunder but didn't see any lightning, and I don't think it ever rained again, but it was still soaked outside from today, from the rain last night. So anyways, guys, yeah, that is the that's what went on here. Normally I have stuff to share with you guys on the weekends, like we did a project or something. I was like, no, but tomorrow, since everybody will still be home, you know, and everything like that, we can maybe try and get to some more stuff. And Jack, I believe, starts school on Friday, but it's all like e-learning still, so you know, there's that. But yeah, everybody else will be home. I mean, Jack is still technically on summer vacation, because they actually were still doing construction at the high school, so they had a planned late start, like, school year anyway. It wasn't necessarily because of, like, you know, COVID or anything like that. They were anticipating starting the school year later this year, because they're adding a second floor to one of the parts of our high school, and I'm like, that is kind of like, you know, I don't know, it's just so bizarre, because I went to that school and being like, that part of the school now has a second floor, like, it's just weird. And like the entrances are now like 2-floor kind of like entrance. Is really bizarre. But again, since everybody will be home tomorrow, I will, you know, maybe we can get to a little bit more, since we didn't really wind up doing anything much today. So I'll see you guys all in tomorrow's vlog. If you guys did enjoy today's, make sure you guys give it a little thumbs up. If you guys are new, we'd love it if you'd subscribe, and I'll see all of your sunshiny faces tomorrow. So bye, guys.